Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 13th of July, comes to you from London. And mostly green on the screen this morning, so we are just seeing markets continuing to be in relatively cheery mood. So we see here the dollar index is actually just sinking lower on that medium-term chart. We have kicked up a little bit this morning, but we're still bearish on that medium-term, bullish long-term. Remembering this is my long-term, my medium-term, and my short-term view of the market. Weekly, daily, 60-minute charts and point and figure charts to match. Looking at the euro, we see here against the dollar, we're just turning down a bit this morning, but we are looking stronger medium term. Japanese yen sitting still at 107, very little change here over the last 4 months. So we're really waiting for something big to happen with currencies, and that's just at the moment, they're mostly in the doldrums, the majors. And here we see sterling sitting against the dollar at 125, so again, looking strong there. Against the euro, sterling at 111.38, just falling away a bit this morning, and against the Swissy, 118.65. And if we look at Bitcoin's sitting at $9,200. Not much change here. Again, like most currency majors, just a few months of sideways, so we're really waiting for direction. The S&P 500 index was up on Friday. We still haven't managed to break the June 8th high, so that's the significant thing for us to watch. But we did have a little bit of an up week there, and we are in bullish territory on all three charts. So the market is still shrugging off coronavirus fears. We look at the Nasdaq, very bullish here on all three time frames, of course driven by the tech majors there. The Dow was up 1.4%, and looking at the futures today, we see the S&P future up 0.26% and the Nasdaq E-mini up 0.4%. So it does suggest we're going to open higher. VIX volatility is up slightly today, and this, of course, is an inverse relationship to the market. We want to see this falling really for certainty on the bullishness in the market. So the VIX just again, but that June 8th low in the VIX. We need to go lower than that really to be comfortable. But for the moment, volatility is relatively under control. We are still sitting at around twice the level that we saw at the start of the year, so relatively high volatility. The FTSE future in the UK is up 0.8% this morning, and the DAX future is up by a similar amount, as is the DAX cash. So we are seeing that looking pretty bullish as well. And the CAC Quarante up 0.4%, lagging a little bit, but still looking pretty good. Japan was up 2.3% overnight, so looking pretty strong there. And the the Shanghai Index starting the week higher after a massive jump last week, really breaking out. So Chinese stocks up another 1.75%. The Sensex in India was up slightly, up 0.1%, and the Aussie market was up 1% as well. Gold holding the $1,800 mark, bullish on all three time frames. Still an amazing looking chart. Silver up 2% this morning, also looking very bullish, breaking to new highs there on that weekly chart. We not a closing high certainly, and we are just seeing here really bullish on silver as well. US 10-year yield sitting at 0.6%, 0.63%, still in the doldrums here. So we really are in range-bound markets generally. Looking at the energy mix, Brent crude is down 1.4% this morning. We are bearish below the cloud on the 60-minute chart, but interestingly, we do have obviously the conflicting trend on the longer term. We do look to be running out of steam a little bit on crude, and we do have this downside target here, but we do have upside targets as well. So quite a conflicting picture. Most of all, we're range bound between $41 and $43.50. So there's about $2.50 range there. And on WTI, it's a similar picture. The range here is about $38.50, $41. So, and again, conflicting targets. So we're neutral on crude this week. US nat gas looking pretty bearish. Not much change at the moment, but bearish below the cloud in the short term. Downside targets here as well, so less bullish there. Coal still looking very strong indeed in this turnaround, up 2% this morning. And emissions smashing through that 30 euro level this morning, so really significant there that we're going much higher, so looking very bullish indeed. And UK gas MBP is actually up now this morning, but has still fallen below the cloud there, and TTF also bearish below the cloud on that shorter term chart. The longer term trend transition just taking time. And if we look at winter gas, we're up 1% this morning. This is looking a little bit better, bullish above the cloud. And German power up 2.5%, looking very strong indeed. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.